If crypto feels confusing, risky, or full of hype, this video is specifically for you. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, I'll be explaining crypto in plain English to you guys. I'll show you how it works. I'll break it down, give you a simple, safe start checklist so you can begin without getting wrecked by beginner mistakes. We're going to try to keep this as simple as possible. Crypto is digital money and digital assets that run on a public database called the blockchain. Think of a blockchain like a shared ledger that thousands of computers verify together instead of one bank controlling all of our records. That's the key difference. Crypto is programmable, global, and can move 24/7. Bitcoin is the original crypto asset. Most people in the industry see it as the reserve asset of crypto or like an anchor asset. Then you have altcoins, which people classify as everything besides Bitcoin. That's a strong statement for Bitcoin. Some altcoins are useful tech projects, some are speculative, but a lot are straight noise. I always say there's this beginner rule for people who are starting off. If you're new, start by understanding the fundamentals of Bitcoin first. Don't start by chasing random altcoins, hoping that they're going to move. Now, this next question confuses a lot of people that are beginners, and it's a pretty simple question, but I understand why they get confused. And the question is, what is the difference between an exchange versus a wallet? An exchange is where you buy and sell crypto. A wallet is where you store your crypto. Now, you can store your crypto on an exchange, but you won't have full custody of it. And that's the main difference. So when you have crypto on an exchange, you're exposing your crypto to counterparty risk. But once you move your coins from the exchange to a wallet, you control them 100%. But the security now is your responsibility fully. A simple mindset to have is convenience versus control. As a beginner, you should learn both and not rush size until you understand custody fully. Some of the biggest mistakes I see beginners make is going too big, too fast, buying only because they have FOMO, something's pumping hard, they want in, ignoring risk and position sizing, having no plan for exits, clicking random links because they're so rushed and feel like they're going to miss out that they get scammed, they start to get phished, trying to trade everything instead of learning one framework at a time. If you avoid those beginner mistakes, then you're already ahead of most beginners. I did create a beginner flow for you guys, and it's very simple. I've created multiple flows, but we'll start with the beginner flow. First, spend your first week learning basic terms and setups, wallets, exchanges, seed phrases, market cap, and basic chart structure. Secondly, only put in a small amount that you can fully afford to lose. Third, before you buy anything, write one sentence to yourself. Why am I entering this trade? If you can't explain that with clear reasoning, you don't take that position. Let me make this a little bit more practical for you guys. Let's say that a beginner is using $100 to start with. You shouldn't start thinking with the mindset of, how do I turn this $100 into 100,000 or $1,000,000? How do I get rich fast? You should think in terms of, how do I learn safely without blowing up this $100? I need to stretch this $100 out to be able to learn as much as possible. And that is the right, correct approach to take if you want to start to build a solid foundation. Now, it is important that your first wins in crypto should be discipline wins, not money wins, getting lucky off of meme coins. No. If you can avoid emotional entries, avoid random coin chasing, and follow a simple process, you're already building the habit set that most people never develop. Now we need to talk security. It's very important because this is where beginners get hurt the fastest. There's 4 rules I built out for you guys. Rule number 1, never share your seed phrase. It's very obvious, but needs to be said. No real support person, no real app, no real exchange will ever ask for your seed phrase. So if they do, you know that they are going to be a scammer. Rule number 2, turn on your 2FA immediately. Not tomorrow, not later. Do it right now. Rule number 3, always double check links. Phishing in crypto is everywhere. That's where the scammers thrive. They want to send you links that send you to platforms that look like the initially intended place that you wanted to go. A fake site can look almost identical to a real one. And the last rule here is start with small transfers. When testing a new wallet or platform, you want to start small because you could be getting scammed. So send a small amount first, confirm, then move the rest if you want to. If you follow those 4 rules, you'll avoid a huge percentage of beginner disasters. I also put together a 30-day plan, which is also a 4-week plan for you guys to follow as well that can help you on this journey. Let's get into week 1. So, week 1 starts off with the foundation. You have to set the foundation, learn key terms, set up your exchange account safely, set up wallet basics, and understand how orders work. Week 2, you flow into market structure, learn trend, support and resistance, reclaiming price points and validation, and basic bull, base, and bear perspectives. And then you go to week 3, risk management. This is the hardest part where people get caught up. Seasoned veterans still have problems with risk management. Position sizing, stop conditions, and how to avoid over trading when emotions are high. And then finally, you'll wrap it up with the last week where you go over and review and improve what you have learned. You go back through your notes, track what you understood and what you didn't, and then tighten your process. Make yourself more disciplined, create more good habits. The goal in your first 30 days isn't to find perfect entries. The goal is building a repeatable system that protects your downside while you gain confidence. So there's myths out there. Let's kill a couple myths here that beginners kind of start to hear about. Myth number 1, you need a lot of money to start. That's absolutely false. You need process, not size. So money doesn't matter as much. You can start with just a little bit. In fact, that's what you're supposed to do with these tips I've given you. Start with a little bit, learn, then you can increase size later. Myth number 2, you need to trade every single day. Very false. Most beginners improve faster by doing less and trying to understand more, but doing it intentionally. And then myth 3, buying many random coins equals diversification. Not really. That's often just scattered risk without understanding. A lot of beginners get lost in that and they struggle there. Myth number 4, the last myth we'll go over here is if a coin is pumping, you're late forever unless you chase now. This is horrible. This is a horrible situation where FOMO really kicks in. It's false. There's always new opportunities, and emotional chasing is how beginners lose money. Your edge is never speed, your edge is structure. Crypto can offer big upside and also big drawdowns. So your edge is not prediction, your edge is process and discipline. After this video, your learning order should be first, Bitcoin market structure. We'll go over that in future episodes. Secondly, you should make sure that you understand support and resistance. Thirdly, ETF flows. The fact that institutions are heavily involved with this industry now, ETF flows and macro impact is very important. It affects Bitcoin's price directly. Fourth, on-chain basics. Fifth, risk management and journaling. That sequence takes you from confused to competent faster than chasing random altcoin calls. Altcoins are great. They can be great. But first, you need to understand the fundamentals of how things work, as well as the fundamentals of Bitcoin. So quick recap. Crypto is the new financial rail, not just price hype. Start with Bitcoin, understanding the fundamentals before you get into altcoin speculation. Protect your downside with simple risk rules. If you are a beginner and you're watching this right now, comment into the comment section, beginner, and then put your number one crypto question in there. I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys on the next episode.